stock, they want their local currency back, and that's what they're going to get. But also with bonds, some of the biggest selling is going to be in U.S. bonds. People around the world, governments and private citizens who own U.S. treasuries, U.S. mortgage-backed securities, they're going to get rid of those because they're losing on the foreign exchange. The interest isn't high enough to offset what they're losing. So they're going to be selling their U.S. bonds and then converting those dollars back to their own currency, and that's going to put downward pressure. But of course, the other problem is as the U.S. economy goes into recession as a result of rising inflation, like stagflation, what is the Fed do? Prints more money. We need economic stimulus, and they throw gasoline on the fire. They accelerate the flight out of the dollar into foreign currencies, into hard assets. And the U.S. dollar is the reserve currency. And so if the U.S. dollar is going to lose that status to gold, that is a unique problem that America is going to deal with, because no other country is going to be losing reserve currency status because no other currency has that status to begin with. And that status has been responsible for our entire way of life. It's the reason that we can consume so much. It's the reason that we don't have to save very much. And so that whole thing is going to be knocked out from under us. And we've built up this entire economy that is based on that. And if you take away the foundation of a credit-fueled, consumer-based economy, then that whole economy that's been erected on that foundation collapses. And that's what we're looking at, a complete economic collapse, much worse than the '08 financial crisis. And the bigger difference is there is no way the government can bail us out. Because the reason that the government was able to bail out, in 2008 is because people still wanted dollars. People still wanted treasuries. So the government could print money and, buy up toxic mortgages and send out stimulus checks. And, it worked. In a sense. I mean, it didn't really work. It made the problem worse. But it arrested the immediate problem. But when they try to do that again, it's going to backfire, because the printing of the money is just going to drive the dollar even lower, and inflation is going to soar. And the stimulus is going to be a massive sedative.
All right, so what becomes the unfolding of events? How do we respond to that? We've got the debt spiral going. More and more people are going to pull out. That's going to make it impossible for people to get their debt-fueled life going. So that's going to start to dry up. What happens? When do people stop being able to make payments? What does that look like?
Well, what we need to do, what we should do in response to this, is the responsible thing, which would be massive cuts in government spending, higher interest rates, and to allow companies to fail, banks to fail, and not have any government bailouts. It would be very difficult. It would be very unpopular and painful, but it would be the right thing, right? Now, that's not going to happen, right? Because, Nixon had the choice of doing the right thing or the wrong thing, and he did the wrong thing. I mean, when given the choice of doing the right thing or the wrong thing, the politicians always choose the wrong thing, because they're always looking at it from a politically expedient perspective. Like, how do we make the pain a little bit less today? Who cares about tomorrow? I just care about the election that's coming up, right? And so, we're going to, just try to print money and create government programs, and maybe we're going to have price controls, national price controls. They'll try to stop prices from rising by making it illegal to raise prices. There may be foreign exchange controls to prevent Americans from converting their dollars into other currencies. I mean, who knows what they're going to try to do to stop the bleeding, but none of it is going to work, because the underlying wound that we're bleeding from is going to just keep getting worse as they're trying to, put on all these Band-Aids without getting to the root wound that's underneath.
Do you think I oversimplify it